Zoe barely looked up from her screen, her fingers dancing across the keyboard. Steam curled up from her untouched coffee, forgotten just like last night's plans. Adam stood behind her, wearing only boxers, his arms crossed over his chest. "Do you even remember what today is?" he asked quietly. She paused. "Friday?" He gave a hollow laugh, the sting too familiar. "Our 1 year." Zoe's eyes flicked up, guilt flickering, but not enough to stop her momentum. She reached for her coffee. "I'll make it up to you tonight." "Yee-way." The bitter aroma hit him harder than her words. Promises made of steam. Lily sank into the couch beside Adam, offering him a glass of whiskey. "Rough day with the Ice Queen?" she teased, half smirking. Adam didn't answer, just downed the drink in one pull. The warmth hit his stomach, sharp, burning, welcome. "You know, you don't have to play second to her career," Lily whispered. Her hand brushed his bare shoulder, casual, yet electric. He didn't pull away. Outside, thunder rolled, and inside, something else stirred. Old wounds and impulsive needs. "Just tonight," he murmured, barely above a whisper. She nodded slowly. "Just tonight." "Nee." Adam stood in the dim room, breathing hard, his shirt lying crumpled on the floor. Lily watched him, her hair falling over bare shoulders, the sheets tangled beneath her. "You okay?" she asked, voice low. He turned slowly. "I shouldn't have, but I did." "Yeah." He sounds. The air still smelled like sweat and guilt. Lily smiled faintly, not cruel, just real. "Don't pretend it didn't mean something." "Yes." Adam shook his head, voice cracking. "It meant I'm broken." "Yeah." Outside, sirens echoed through the streets, but inside, the silence was louder. He walked out without another word. Jason splashed water on his face, the cold shock doing nothing to settle the storm in his chest. The voices last night, the muffled moans, weren't just dreams. He'd heard them. Lily, tight, Adam, Chachan, and Zoe? She had no idea. His hand gripped the edge of the sink until his knuckles turned white. He looked into the mirror, hating what he saw. Hesitation, heartbreak, and hope. "Should I tell her?" he asked his reflection. No answer, just the drip, drip, drip of a faucet that refused to stop. Zoe was deep in a pitch, her voice crisp, confident, unstoppable. Jason stood at the door, watching her, strength and ambition wrapped in elegance. She noticed him, smiled distractedly, and waved him in. He sat quietly, heart thudding against his ribs. "Can we talk after?" he asked as she pulled off her headset. "Of course." "Everything okay?" Jason nodded, but his eyes said otherwise. He wasn't sure yet if this would be the moment that changed everything, or if silence would win again. Lily moved slowly, trying not to wake Adam as she grabbed her clothes from the floor. But he was already awake, eyes open, staring at the ceiling like it held all his sins. She paused, sensing the weight in the room. "You okay?" "We can't do this again," he said without looking at her. "You said that last time," she replied, pulling on his hoodie. The sheets smelled like skin, whiskey, and something that didn't belong. He finally looked at her. "It's not about you. It's about me not being enough." She gave him a look, something between pity and pride. "You were last night." "Now." Jason sat across from Adam at the breakfast bar, cereal going soggy in his bowl. Adam barely touched his food, clearly somewhere else, or avoiding someone else. Jason cleared his throat. "Rough night?" Adam flinched, then covered it with a laugh. "Didn't sleep much." "Nah. Is I know," Jason said simply, not meeting his eyes. Adam's jaw tightened. "You heard?" Jason nodded, slowly. She deserves to know. Yeah. And you want to be the one to tell her? Adam shot back. Jason didn't answer. He didn't have to. Zoe and Jason clinked their glasses gently, the city golden in the distance. Thanks for pulling me up here. I needed the break, she smiled. You're always working. Even your breaks feel like strategy sessions, he teased. She laughed, genuinely, freely, and Jason soaked it in like sunlight. You okay lately? She asked, her hand brushing his knee briefly. He wanted to tell her everything. Instead, he said, just tired. Yisio. Me too, she murmured, leaning her head against his shoulder for a second too long. The breeze carried her scent, lavender and stress. He closed his eyes. Don't fall for someone who's already broken, he thought. Lily entered the bathroom just as Zoe was finishing brushing her teeth. Their eyes met in the mirror. Casual, then loaded. Morning, Zoe offered, rinsing her mouth. Morning, Lily replied, voice carefully flat. Zoe smiled. I think Adam and I might go away for the weekend. Clear our heads. Lily froze, her fingers tightening around her toothbrush. Sounds fun, she said. You too. Seem really solid. Zoe missed the sarcasm, or ignored it. Yeah. We've had our moments, but we're good. Us. The mirror reflected everything except truth. Jason stood outside Zoe's bedroom door, heart hammering. His hand hovered inches from the wood, knuckles ready but unwilling. Inside, he heard her laugh faintly through the phone. Soft, unaware. He could end this right now. Just 3 words. Adam cheated on you. Edenin, Hansi. Instead, he whispered, good night, and stepped back. Some truths burned worse when shared, and silence sometimes was the only way to keep her close, even if it meant keeping the lie alive. Zoe shifted under the blanket, her head now resting gently on Jason's shoulder. I don't know why I feel safest with you, she whispered. Jason swallowed, not daring to move. I thought it was Adam I needed, but lately it's like you see me, she added. Jason's hand closed around hers, fingers trembling. I always have, he said, quieter than breath. Outside, rain began to fall, steady, rhythmic, cleansing. Inside, something far more dangerous stirred, the truth waiting to shatter everything. Adam paused outside the living room, eyes narrowing at the sight of Zoe curled into Jason. His breath caught, jealousy and guilt colliding violently. He stepped back, foot brushing a loose floorboard. Zoe looked up, catching only a shadow before it disappeared. Did you hear something? She asked. Jason shook his head. Probably the wind. Yeah. Ain't she? Adam leaned against the wall, heart pounding. He'd betrayed her, but couldn't bear the thought of losing her to someone who hadn't. You can't just pretend I don't exist now, Lily hissed, cornering Adam on the back porch. String lights flickered as the wind picked up around them. We said it was a mistake, Adam shot back. Yeah. Funny how many times you've repeated that same mistake, she snapped. Don't make this harder, he pleaded. You used me, she said, voice breaking. But I let you, and now you're hiding like it never happened. She threw the wine glass into the yard, a crimson arc against the dark grass. And then she walked past him without looking back. Jason and Adam brushed their teeth side by side, the silence louder than running water. You're gonna tell her, aren't you? Adam asked, eyes fixed on the mirror. Jason didn't answer immediately. You think being the hero means she'll love you more? Adam added, voice cold. Jason met his reflection's gaze. No, but at least I won't hate myself. The clink of toothbrushes in the sink was final. One man rinsed. The other was already bleeding from the inside. Zoe stood by the window, moonlight tracing her silhouette like silver ink. You ever feel like the ground under you is fake? Like one step and you fall through? She asked softly. Jason sat on the bed, his heart hammering. I felt that for months, he admitted. She turned to him, open, vulnerable, tired. Then hold on to me, she whispered. And he did, without thinking, without restraint. Their kiss wasn't wild. It was quiet, like breathing after drowning. And somewhere in that moment, Jason decided he had to tell her everything. Jason sat across from Zoe, his hands trembling slightly as he held her gaze. There's something I have to tell you, and it's going to hurt, he began. Zoe's brows furrowed, worry settling in her stomach. It's Adam and Lily. It happened more than once. You and I. The cup slipped from her fingers, coffee splashing over her knees. She didn't even flinch. She blinked once, twice. You're serious? I didn't want to tell you this way, he added. Zoe stood up slowly. The world had shifted beneath her feet, just like she feared. Zoe confronted Adam in the hallway, her voice shaking but strong. You slept with her. In our house. Yes. Adam opened his mouth, but the slap came faster than words. From the stairs, Lily watched, her eyes wide, arms folded tight. Zoe turned to her, pain flashing in her voice. And you? My friend? Lily didn't defend herself. I didn't mean for it to happen. But you let it keep happening, Zoe snapped. No one moved. The silence screamed betrayal louder than words ever could. Adam found Jason in the backyard, staring into the fire pit. So it's done? Adam asked. Jason nodded. You broke her. No. She always made me feel small, like I didn't belong in her world. So you wrecked her world to feel big? Jason replied. Adam ran a hand through his hair. She loved me. But I never felt it. She trusted you, Jason said. That's bigger than love. The fire crackled, tiny bursts of light in a night full of ashes. Zoe folded her sweater slowly, every movement mechanical. The suitcase lay half-filled, a silent declaration. I'm leaving. She glanced at a framed photo of the four of them. Now, a cruel artifact. Jason appeared in the doorway. You don't have to run. I'm not running, she said. I'm choosing peace. He stepped closer. What about us? She looked at him, eyes tired. I don't even know who we am right now. Can you? Then let me help you remember, he whispered. She didn't answer, but she didn't tell him no either. Zoe sat on the park bench as the first sun broke across the skyline. She listened to a playlist Jason had made, full of songs she never knew she loved. The wind was cool, the world peaceful for the first time in days. Her phone buzzed with texts. From Adam, from Lily. She ignored them. She watched a dog chase a bird through the grass and smiled, just barely. For once, no one needed anything from her. And in that space, she finally breathed. It wasn't healing. Not yet. But it was the beginning.